So this is my 66 or 80 cc motorized bike, whichever you'd like to call it. And I didn't really expect them to do very well, but I've actually been pleasantly surprised by them. There's a few things I would say about it, and I'm actually an automotive mechanic. And I thought, well, heck, I could build one of these. They're pretty cool. They get good gas mileage. I thought, why not? But they're pretty good if you get them tuned right. I ended up running one of those boost bottles. And then if you run a boost bottle, I'm sure a lot of people like I did had problems with it idling too high. And I could not get it any lower. If I went too low, it would bog out. So what I did is I actually, pulled the needle out of there, out of the slide, and richened it a notch, just one notch, and that helped a lot. And then I could actually get it to idle, and it goes pretty good. I'm not worried about melting my piston, so that's a good thing. And I never tried it with the stock air cleaner with the boost bottle, but that thing definitely has helped a lot. Make sure you oil it though; it's always important. Oh yes, and there's baffling inside that exhaust. Well, there's a crimp in the tube. Well, I pulled that tube out and I drilled a hole on the other side of the crimp because there was no hole, and now it runs pretty darn good since I did that, and sounds better, but I know it still has plenty of back pressures. I only drilled, a little hole in it, and it's really tremendously helped low end torque, amazingly. You think it'd be the other way around, but it actually has really helped. Another thing about these engines, make sure you use Loctite and some type of rubber in between the motor mounts and on your tank up there. And make sure you torque down your head bolts correctly, or just tighten them down, to what you feel is correct, because as you ride, I just did it today, and you can see some of the oil there. I was blowing out my head gasket and thinking that I was losing a whole bunch of power. Well, I tightened those down, my power came right back, so that was pretty amazing. I was pretty surprised. Oh yes, and the last thing that's really helped with the project was I put a better plug wire on here, and I know that seems like really scary to do, but all you do is it just unscrews from right there, and unscrews out of there, and you just screw that one in. It's just a screw. You just screw it right onto, amazingly. So that was pretty simple to do. I had to cut my pedals a little bit and move them over. I don't know if someone has any information on where I could actually buy pedals that are, moved out of the way for something like that. That'd be really nice to know. I'm sure there is. I just don't know where to find them. And another must is, I got the dual brake, one hand, whatever you want to call it. You see what it does. It works both brakes with one hand. So that's been a big improvement in stopping. That's just tremendously helped. Things that I haven't done that I would suggest people would do is have some sort of a bike with suspension, or get a spring fork, or whatever they're called, because I'm wearing my fork out actually, and I'm not riding on. It looks like I ride out here through all this, through the pastures out here, but I really don't. I ride it mostly on the road. I never go faster than like 12, 13 miles an hour on this stuff, and I'm pretty selective about where I ride it. But every time you hit a bump, that wears out your pivots in there, and after a while the ball bearing, kind of makes its own seat for itself and just gets looser and looser, and there's really nothing you can do about it. Lastly, I would suggest that sprocket back there. It's worked pretty good driving the spokes, but I'd rather it not be hooked to the spokes. But, and disc brakes would always be nice. But I mean, overall, those few things, mostly the best mod you can do on these for a low cost is the plug wire. I know you can make your own boost bottle, but I just chose to go with what I knew would work. The boost bottle, and just alter the carburetor a little bit in that filter, and drill a little hole in that exhaust inside the baffling. Got to pull the baffling out and then drill the hole. But with that, it's been a tremendous bike. Gets right up to 20 miles an hour in a snap with the stock gear, just right up there real quick. So it's been real impressive. And I'll get a clip of it being ridden here.